Yo. Okay, so I want to talk about what's going on in Australia with the fires. Australia. First of all, I've been to Australia, travelled it in 2006. So there's a certain amount of attachment to Australia for myself, and like many Brits that go travelling Australia. And I've got friends over there, so who I don't see that much because they're not on Facebook and that, but I text them and they're okay. They just live down from Sydney. So yeah, like everyone has a good time in Australia when you travel. It's very hard not to. It's a great country. But yeah, so like these fires. Now, this shit is serious. I'm going to try and keep calm and not get too over dramatic with it, which is hard when you look into what's going on, because I know the agenda, I know what's going on, and I know what they're planning. I'm not saying I know 100% everything, of course, that's impossible. I'm just researching and finding truth. But But I see things as well. Part of my mind and how it works. I see the patterns. I see the way things work. So it's like, okay, so the bushfires. Bushfires are happening in Australia since the dawn of time. And incidentally, if you look at the Australian Aboriginal flag, there was a thing that popped up in the news that like the sky turned black with the sun in the middle and the red from the fires below. So the Aboriginal flag, this is why, because, you know, since the dawn of time in Australia, they've been having bushfires because it's a bloody hot country and fires have been burnt. Now, what the Aboriginals do, and have always done, is they backburn, or I think that's the term. But basically they burn a certain amount so that when these fires go off, they stop because a certain amount's burnt. Because what it is that one of the main reasons why these fires are so bad, and there's many reasons, but the natural reason is because there's so much dry bush. It gets so hot and dusty over there, so when these fires kick off, bang, it's just an inferno because there's so much dry bush. And you know, as I step into the conspiracy of what's going on with this, the Green Party, which is the corrupt all around the world, as it is in England, it is corrupt over there. That they stopped the backburning of the bush. Now, bearing in mind, Aboriginals have been doing this for thousands of years. The Greens have stopped it because the Greens have decided what's best for the land of Australia, even though they're 200 years old. Not the Greens, but white Europeans that have settled there. So, like, the Greens have stopped this, and this is one of the reasons. Now, why have the Greens stopped it? Because they're saying that it damages animals. Listen, if you slowly burn, animals aren't stupid. They're going to move out of the way. But at a certain time, this is part of this reality. You cannot get away without suffering and death, and you have to manage and think and balance on what's going on. So, like, if certain amount of animals die in backburning, shit happens, because that's saving on a big level now billions of animals that have died, because it's literally billions of animals. I mean, it's just shocking. I've seen pictures of just dead animals on the side of the road. Shocking. I mean, what they're going to do with the aftermath of this, the stench must be incredible. I can't, yeah, incredible. So the Greens stopping that has been part of the problem, because the Greens are part of the system. They are part of the agenda. So they've created this by leaving so much dry bush. Instead of backburning, they've created this mass incendiary device just ready to go up at any point. So that's the Greens' hand in it. The other side of things, the drought that they've been having over there. Now, this drought is to do with floodplains harvesting. Man, this shit is so deep. Floodplains harvesting. They're growing cotton in Australia. Why are you growing cotton in Australia? It's hot. It's a hot country, needs loads of water. They've dammed the rivers and flooded these the plains, flooded these plains with water. This is for cotton industry, and these are mass corporate industry. Mass corporations making money out of growing cotton over there. So that's another thing. The drought has been manipulated and caused by these corporations growing cotton and damming the rivers. So it's messing up the ecology. Fish are dying. Things are going like, you start messing with the way nature works, it all starts to backfire. But of course, a lot of this has been done on purpose, and I'll be getting to this. So, another thing, the weather's the weather over there is being manipulated. Now, I've seen evidence of this. Now, this gets into geoengineering, which is chemtrails from planes. This gets into HAARP, which is energy that can deflect and create weather. Now, if you look into this, they've been manipulating weather since at least the Vietnam War and before. But they definitely used it in the Vietnam War. So it's like, you know, this is weather warfare. This has been going on for a long time, and there's loads of books on it, loads of evidence on geoengineering, weather manipulation, and a thing called cloud seeding, which is like the latest term. Google it, cloud seeding. People go up in planes and they manipulate and control weather with energy, lasers, with energy weapons. And they're called DEWs, directed energy weapons. Now, these can be on planes, or they can be on these big sort of antennae things that send out these energy things, and they can manipulate the weather. And if you see on some of these the Australians links that I've seen where they've put it on, it deflects the weather, and you can see this. You can see it deflecting the weather. And they've controlled it. So why are they stopping the rain? Because they want it to burn. So they want this to burn. Why do they want Australia to burn? Why do they want Australia to burn? So all this I've been talking about is building up to this. What are they up to, and what are they trying to do in Australia? I see Australia as a canary in a gold mine for what they're trying to do on a massive level. Because basically, they're trying to clear a path for a rail link. Now, this isn't specifically the ultimate reason they're doing it, but this is part of it. All of these fires down the East Coast, they want a massive, super speed rail link. So it's like, they're trying to clear this. Is very, very coincident. And this is the same thing that happened with the Californian fires. The same thing. They wanted a rail link in the California fires. The exact same link going around the same place. So it's like, this is very, very coincidental. You know, they're clearing the land. All these houses that are burned down, they're clearing the land. Now, what do they want? Ultimately, and this is where we're going, this is what they want to create on a mass level. They want to push people out from the country into smart cities. Smart cities. What are smart cities? Smart cities are basically controlled, condensed, populated cities, controlled with 5G, which they're pushing in over here gently in the UK and everywhere else. 5G direct, which is more directed energy. These electric EMS, electric magnetic frequencies that fuck with humans and upset our with nature, basically, and upset our natural rhythms. They want to put us in these smart cities, and this is what's happening with Australia first. So this is like, keep a watch on what, you know, after these fires, everyone keep a watch on Australia. If you know anyone over there, keep a watch on them, because Australia, to me, is fucked now, unless Australians seriously wake up super quick. And this is what might happen with this. Australians might wake up super quick with this and see what's happening. But they want everyone out of the bush. They want everyone into highly densely populated cities. And they're saying, you know, their intent, they'll say, we're going to resurrect the bushland so they can create these more cotton fields and every other thing they want to push out there. These massive corporations, massive money. Like, it isn't to save the environment, that's for sure. They want everyone in these smart cities. And of course, with all this, they've been blaming global warming. More nonsense. Greta's got involved, and you know that Greta Thunberg, anyone that knows what I talk about, like, you know, she's a puppet of the New World Order, come out of nowhere, given all the media attention you could ever give, with no scientific backing, and just sprouting, and because she's used this emotional avenue of, you know, small, innocent, little autistic Swedish girl that cares about the environment, and everyone's just fallen for it. Like, you know, global climate change again. Climate change it's all nonsense. It's all being promoted for the agenda. They're using global climate change to promote their agenda. Now, like I said, Australia here is it's the canary in the gold mine. Keep a watch on what is going on in Australia, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to push people into these smart cities, ultimately controlled by 5G, controlled in the and push everyone out of the country and into these smart cities. Now, how it happens in the UK, it's a completely different animal. We're so small over here. We've got more of a chance of waking people up because we're so small anyway, and there isn't the same set. But Australia, just keep an eye and watch what is going on in Australia, because I think they're in trouble. Unless they wake up real quickly, they're in trouble. Now, we got to keep an eye on this, people, because seriously, the shit is hitting the fan right now, and people need to keep awake. So, I hope you learned something from this. Anything that I talk about, I can back up with research. If you want anything, ask me in the comments and I'll drop a link. Yeah, shit is real, people. Keep your mind open. Stay awake. Peace.